Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our journey into the deep of this amazing language. I'm discovering every time I make new episode and come up with newer interpretations, and that's a very human thing to do, to come up with stories to make sense of existing things that, subjective on top of objective, supposedly. Okay, 五音不全 was what we talked about, people who is kind of tone deaf, but we say it 五音 because we have 5 major tones in Chinese, and 不全 is like, they're not exactly complete. That's a nice way to say somebody's tone deaf. Okay, today we go with 全心全意, so 2 times 全. Oh, I forgot to highlight. Okay, so 全 comes from this ancient jade trade. Okay, so here visually we show 3 discs of jade. That's probably when in jade trade that's commonly used shape because that's easy to store, right? And they are stringed together with a bow tie at the end with a cover on the top. So that gives you a sense of its complete package. It's well packed, wrapped, protected, bundled together jade discs, and that's probably cost something, like there is a unit attached, a value attached to it, so that was used in the jade trade. And if this is covered, wrapped, bundled together, that's considered complete. So eventually this completion sense of completeness is extracted to use in other areas as well, but it came from the jade trade. Okay, so we have 心 and 意 left. 心 came from this very visually intriguing character, and it almost looked like a lobster, right, with 2 big arms and with a tail at the end. I view it as a lobster, but I mean, of course, it's a heart, and that's ancient way of depicting the heart. I'm not sure if ancient times when whoever created the heart symbol actually see a human heart or whatever animal heart, have a certain anatomy knowledge, but seems to me this is the main, just one chamber of the heart. I forgot like how many chambers of the heart, 2, 3. I don't exactly know. Somebody, you can inform me, or I can do some research, but the tubes coming out of it are the main tubes that pumping in and out of the heart. I don't know if there are exactly 3, but supposedly one is input, one is output. That's enough, right? I don't know what the third one is about, but that's the ancient Chinese way depicting the heart. Okay, 意. So 心 and 意 share this heart symbol together. And the top portion, we have 音 that we just talked about last time, right? Same character, but is sitting on top of the heart to make it become intention. Okay, let me pack it down, unpack for you. So we have the mouse symbol, the mouse, and then we have this cross in the middle as an indicator, like a zoom in point to the mouse. And then this is a kind of a tip of the tongue to show you, okay, that's what I mean. Okay, it's the tongue in the mouth. That's where we look at. And then the result is the sound waves diminishing, going further away with just 2. That's enough to show that the trend is one bigger one closer to your mouth and then going smaller in space, right? In time. So that's visually the sound making. And with the horizontal line, that means, okay, without a horizontal line, it means speaking. So it's some sound waves coming from your mouth. Normally, that's speaking, right? We speak most of the time. And if we make the speaking sweet, that is what this horizontal line is about. It's something sweet that you want to hold on in your mouth for a long time, extended time. That's how we explain the sweetness concept. So if you make the speaking sweet, that means it's really nice to hear. So that's kind of singing. That's the sound making. So it could be vocal, it could be instrumental, doesn't matter, but it's a sweet sound. Okay. And paired with heart, because in Chinese, we believe your your music making comes from your heart. I mean, this is universal, right? If you, as an artist, you want to express something, it's totally uniquely you. That must come from here. Right? Still today, we point to the heart, but actually it's a mental activity. It's the brain, but it's not as elegant to point to, right? It's our heart. That's the origin, right? That's the engine and the origin of what you want to express. And then when you make it sweet in the air, spreading out with sound bits, right? Either by speaking or singing, you make people hear where it came from. That's the intent. It's like, okay, your heart is hard to see, right? It's inside you, but you have to make it known somehow by either speaking or singing, music making, right? Through words or not, I mean, can be verbal or not, right? At least make some sound, make some gesture, some suggestion, right? Then that's your intent. Doesn't have to voice it out or something, but that's a known, like somehow message sent out. It can be interpreted just different ways, but at least that's a message sending from your heart. So that's the intent concept. Okay, 全心全意, fully hearted, fully intended. That's the meaning. And in English, just wholeheartedly. And this phrase was known, like become the catchphrase or the tagline for attached to Chairman Mao, because he was the first one used it, and then the nationwide it become, all the ass kissers back then, make engravement or frame his. This supposedly is the hand drawn calligraphy by Chairman Mao. This is his Mao. Okay, this is Mao, and then Zedong is his family name, given name. That's Chairman Mao's, his own fully spelled out, calligraphed, self-autographed signature of him. And then here you can see 全心全意. And there's a second line to it. 为人民服务. Okay, translate it as fully devoted to service the people. So this fully devoted is kind of like 全心全意, is you intentionally, you're good-hearted. That's what your intent is. And that's your announced intent, right? To serve the people. And he made this claim in 1949. We all know what happened afterwards. History, and I'm not going to be a political commentator over here, but okay, that's the context. If you say 全心全意 to a Chinese person, that's the flashback. Like that's the origin, that's the popularization of this phrase. Probably he was not the first one come up with the expression, but he definitely popularized it. And people tied this expression 全心全意 to Mao, and he started it in 1949. Okay, catching the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.